Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and do you remember this video that I posted a few months back? Well, great news. Just a few days ago, OP just posted a brand new update, and we will be checking that out today. And as per usual, if you've already listened to the original story, you can skip to the timestamp on your screen right now, but if you haven't, don't worry. The entire story will be compiled on this one. So without further ado, you better sit back, relax, hold on to your Dragon Balls, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll begin. My wife cheated on me with our son's baseball coach. Posted by Reddit user Makers on the Rock.
I have been married for 8 years, 5 and 6-year-old kids. I've been madly in love the whole time as she's an amazing person and mother. Literally keeps the family together and is just spectacular. Truly, she was showing me something on her phone and I saw a text come in saying I love you more, and I asked who it was. She explained it was a coworker that she's been helping out, and I thought nothing more of it. That day we had a lot of family over to celebrate our daughter's birthday, and it was a wonderful time. Some stayed overnight, so the next day after a wonderful weekend getting company out and putting the kids down, my wife said she needed to tell me something. Well, that I love you more was not from her coworker, at least not the one she explained it was, but I'm not sure because she's not sharing any details regarding the other person. She told me that 6 months ago when I was in a dark place and have since come out of, no drugs except weed and booze, which we both partake, she found love in someone else. Love I wasn't providing in our relationship. If I have feelings for someone else, I'm not sure that I should be married. It's not fair to you or me. I never planned for this to happen, but now that it's a reality, we need to deal with it. She explained that she wasn't looking for someone else, it just happened. A friendship that bloomed into more. She's also told me that they have not been intimate, and explained that as a sexual relationship, she says life is too short, and she wants to be happy. She's proud of all the changes I've made, and I've always been a good dad. I've grown into a great daddy and my kids, and I have never been closer. But she wants to be 100% happy, and the changes I've made haven't gotten her there, so she is seeking elsewhere. She says this person may not be the 100% answer. She worries that I'm at the best I can be and it's not enough, yet she's not giving me specifics. We've had a beautiful, loving relationship. We are known to be well out together and have our shit in line. We'd be the last couple that folks would think this is happening to. So I'm devastated, absolutely totally ripped apart, and don't know what to do. We own a house together that we're making payments on. I carry no debt besides said home, and she's in the same position. We had a perfect life together, and I'm suddenly being blindsided by this 6-month relationship where she has feelings for and thinks it's best we split. I have no idea how to move forward. I've told her she needs to let her family know what's going on, so I can tell mine. It's her cat to let out of the bag. I'm just so sad for our kids. When we were dating and in marriage, cheating was the one thing that would break us. We both come from broken families, and it was something I never wanted for our kids. I'm just so hollow and broken. She is my everything, and I am so thankful for the 10 years we've been together, but I think the writing is on the walls and I'm helpless. It's all up to her. I'm broken into a million pieces. Now for OP's first update. She was caught by me catching a text at my daughter's birthday party coming that said I love you more. When I asked what that was about, she said it was a co-worker she's been helping. Because we had all our family and friends there, I didn't push it. Later the next day, she came clean and said that she's been in a relationship for 6 months. This was back in October. She refused to tell me who it was with or what they've done. I was devastated, absolutely destroyed. Still am. So we spent some time apart and she continued her relationship with him. I did some digging in the meantime and looking at the phone records. It was our son's coach. I called her out on it and she still continued the relationship. I saw a lawyer and he told me to not leave the house or the kids, either try to work it out or time to leave and to see a therapist. My therapist says she's a narcissist and that I should protect myself, protect my kids and run. Come December, she said she had cut it off with him and wanted to try again. I gave her all the effort in the world.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
But I don't feel like her soul's been in it. She's not overcompensating or has even truly apologized for what she's done. I've also gotten access to her photos. I'm the admin on the family Google account, and she doesn't know that I've seen all I have. She framed a picture of him and had it, maybe still does, at her desk. I found naked selfies she sent him that I haven't even received. I found a picture of his naked ass in our beach condo, which I thought was natural space as we were nothing sharing it during our time apart. I slept on those same sheets. I know that she was at a fancy restaurant with someone else. She screenshots all these deep love quotes that I know aren't about me, so much that loves to rent free in my head. She has a white bracelet with one black bead that she now wears every day. I've called her out on it. She lied once and said it was from her mom, and up to last week said my best friend has the matching one. Well, her affair partner wears an all-black one with one white bead. I know what that represents. Again, she doesn't know I've seen all these things. So now to current day, I can't place it, find anything that suggests that she's still with him, but I know she used Snapchat often and is secretive with her phone. Whenever I bring up the affair, this blows up because I said I'd try to not bring it up and get over it, but I simply can't. I'm not rubbing it in, but it does come up when we argue, which is almost every week. We do really well for a bit, up to and including intimacy, but then something happens and we go back to shit. She canceled our babysitter for trivia this past Tuesday, and for this Friday where I got tickets for us to see a show, but she doesn't want to go because I can't get over her affair. Her parents, mom and stepfather, both cheated on their spouses for each other and supported my wife, and both called and texted me that it's unfair that I bring up her affair.
Oh my god!
The pictures of him live rent-free in my head almost constantly. I can't get past what she's done no matter how hard I try. I don't know what to do as she's trying to make me the bad guy, and I'm like, I've been here the whole time. I didn't fall in love with someone else. I just don't understand, and I'm an emotional train wreck. And now, for OP's second update. Well, long story short, I literally just caught her at the family condo with the affair partner and have photos and video of his truck, his belongings in the home, and her coming out of the master where he stayed behind a closed door. I also went into our shared car that she drove, and it was left unlocked in the parking garage with an open high noon on the cup holder and her wallet and belongings still in it. She came home and tried to talk. It was a calm conversation, but she kept saying it was my fault, and if I communicated with her last night, I gray-rocked her, maybe she wouldn't have been with him. So I communicated that I will be home later this afternoon or evening, so she's unexpectedly watching the kids today. I wanted to hang with them, as she took them away from me yesterday to go do activities, and I would do separate activities today. However, I'm not emotionally able to give the kids the best of me right now, and I definitely don't want to be around her. I asked if she could sleep in a kid's room, and she got upset and stated that our bed is her bed and she will sleep where she wants. I said obviously, I've been for a 6-mile walk already and have been calling and leaving voice messages at all the lawyers around. I know I can't abandon the home, but I can't be around them after what I just saw this. Thank all of you who responded earlier this week and suggested Grey Rock and 180 for me. I implemented them and I guess it drove her to this, but I'm officially divorcing her and there's no going back. Thank you so much, Surviving Infidelity crew. Edit and small update. Legal counsel told me to no contact her, so that's what I'm doing. She texted me last night all about how she hasn't asked for a second chance even though I've given them, and she loves me. And she now is willing to do therapy and share her locations and access to her phone and can't see anyone else she wants to be rocking on the porch with at 80. Yada yada. When I got home last night she was in the master, so I slept upstairs. This morning, no communication. She wouldn't even look at me. Yesterday when I caught them with video, I saw his hat and I noticed it was a local landscaper. So I called to see if he worked there. He does. Okay, thanks. That was it. This motherfucker just called me, saying if I want to talk to him, here's his number, don't call my boss. I said I have nothing to say to you. He replied, and I have nothing to say to you, and hung up. Also, her mom reached out and said how I must be devastated and she's so sorry and to call her when I have a chance. I'm going to continue my no contact with everyone and let my lawyer, once I secure one, do all the talking. This is so damn hard.
OP, I can't believe that you caught her cheating the first time, and when she whistled, you came back like a fucking dog. Look at what that has brought you. More pain, more suffering, and more humiliation. OP, blow up the baseball coach's life. Tell his partner if he has one. Tell the league and all of the parents of the team. Nobody will want their kids coached by him. Then, blow the contractor's life. Call his partner. Call his boss. Don't let this blatant disrespect go unpunished. As for your wife, continue the Grey Rock. Don't even look at her and ignore all of communications from her and her disgusting parents. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and go look for a lawyer faster. Update number 3. My wife cheated on me with my son's baseball coach. Posted by Reddit user Makers on the Rock.
Well, where to start? First off, I did it. I officially filed for divorce and she has been served. She has less than 2 weeks to respond. Quite literally the hardest decision I've ever had to make, and to be 100% honest, I still don't want to, but I know that it will be what's best for me, my soul, my anxiety, and my mind. Over the past month, we'd have good days and bad days. Tension was always high, and it turns out she still kept lying about him. I got a hold of her phone again and she had shared locations on Snap with him, and when we were supposedly trying to make it work, she wouldn't even share that with me, her husband. And I had asked. Oh, and she changed his name in Snapchat so I wouldn't know it was him. Multi-levels of deception. She also had changed his name in her contacts to throw me off. Sucks for her that I know tech well and am a bit smarter and more clever than the average bear. On her birthday we weren't getting along, so she chose to go spend time with him in the evening while I hung out with our kids. She didn't tell me, found out by searching her phone for his name. That same day, she had been texting her BFF and literally told her I was being annoying and said, "Why don't he just divorce me?" to her regarding me. In arguments, she'd text me to divorce her because I would express how I was unhappy and am struggling trusting her because she's been so shady. Everything from blocking me on Snapchat because she didn't want to see my snaps was her reason, to a crazy phone screen cover, to changing the lock code on our car. Both names are on it, but it's primarily hers. Just really odd shit, and then would also try to love bomb me and have me just go along with everything and be a good family man. More recently on my birthday, I made the poor decision to go out with her. Absolutely, we had a lovely time till something triggered me and her affair came up, and we started arguing. It escalated up to the point where I was recording her on my phone as she was going nuts, and she straight up hit me in the side of my head, knocked my phone to the ground, and we tussled over my phone, all recorded. She called the police, no charges pressed, and I was told to sleep upstairs, which I did willingly. The next day, she filed a protective order against me and I couldn't reach out to or see the kids for a week. I couldn't even be in my own home. She did have the kids call me every day, which was very nice. During that week, my lawyers convinced me the best thing to do, especially for custodial reasons, was to file, as it supersedes the restraining order, so I did. At the court hearing she was served, and knew it was coming the night before as her friend is an officer and it's public record. In front of the judge, she said that I was no threat to her or our children, and that I'm a great father. She also stated that I'm allowed to freely come and go to the house and anywhere else I chose, as I'm not a threat, and she wants me to see and be with the kids. It's in the transcript, so I'll use that in the custody battle. We will and have talked about 50-50, but it's good to have in case. So the judge basically said that this was all a waste of time, and now because the restraining order has to be extended until we divorce, it's all null except that I'm not allowed to threaten her. Not like I ever have, or would ever do. I've moved to a family home which has room for me and the kiddos. They have their own room and beds, as well as toys, books, and everything else they could possibly need at this home, and we're splitting time with them. She expected me to make the 40-minute morning commute to watch the kids by 7:30 so she can get to work, but I've made it very clear that if we have them overnight, we take care of them, regardless where the kids are. She fought that for a bit, but I showed her I have a pendant light order ready to go, and I could just take the main house 50% of the time and displace her, and she calmed down. So that's about it with an update. She's trying to win me back again, but I've now caught her 4 times going back to him, so I can't give her another chance. I want to, but I know I can't. I can't trust her. It's the hardest thing in the world. I break down crying randomly. I am terrified about the future and how it will all work out. I hate that she chose him over me and tries to win me back, telling me how much this is hurting her and all that jazz, and it's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have had a fucking year-long affair. An affair that was first discovered by an "I love you more" text. Maybe you shouldn't have given my engagement and wedding right back, twice. You chose him. A one-time thing I could have recovered from and forgiven, but to go back time after time after time after time and hit it all and did all the things I know she did. Ugh, it's too much. I'm choosing to break up our beautiful little family and it kills me. However, I have to stand up for myself and I know I could never trust her again. She keeps asking for time to heal, but she keeps going back and getting mad at me for bringing her affair up when we bicker. I can't help myself. That motherfucker lives rent-free in my head all the time, and almost everything reminds me of her infidelity. She chose him over me, and now will suffer the consequences. It just sucks because I'm suffering greatly too. Don't get married, folks. I'm sure more will come to me, but I'm just having a hard time and need to type this all out and get it out of my head. Thanks for reading my wall of text, and I appreciate all the support over the past few months.
And then, we have this comment exchange between OP and Reddit user NoRoof1910.
Really sorry, OP. I was you almost 2 decades ago. My lying, cheating wife chose another man, and that's what really got me. I divorced her quickly. Less than 3 months after she moved to be near him, he dumped her. She came to talk to me about trying to reconcile, and that was a hard no. I'm not saying your wife will try to come back, but the odds are good, so be prepared for that ahead of time. While going to therapy through my divorce, my therapist brought that up to me. He asked me what I would do if she wanted to come back to me. I was floored. She loved him. She wanted to marry him. In my mind, that wasn't possible until it happened. Now, she really didn't want to be with me. Her lover had dumped her now that she was single. She'd been a stay-at-home mom, and she went back to teaching elementary school. We had 3 children, all under 10 years old. As much as I still loved her, I knew she would only be using me if I took her back, so thanks to my therapist, I was prepared for when she came to me to talk about wanting to reconcile. It was out of character for me, but I honestly laughed when she brought reconciliation up. It's so difficult for you now, Opus, and it will be for a while. The emotional ups and downs. Counseling and working out are your friends in this. Wishing you the best. Thank you for sharing. I'm sure she will come back. Hell, she's trying even now. Every day. I've been doing a lot of running. It's been great. I look great. The best in years. I just feel like shit. Thanks again.
Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.